Hello there guys, this is Highlander, and as you can see from the title, I am doing a wish list for Rome Total War 2 or Rome 2 Total War, whichever. I never understand which one it is, I'm sorry. But yeah, I've laid out in a notepad what I want to discuss and what I think should be in the game and what should be removed from the game. Well, let's start with the Rome Total War 2 campaign. I'd like to see storylines for each character, as in Crusader Kings 2, so that you get random pop-ups, get to decide what the character does, if that makes sense. I'd like to see a much expanded map. I'll probably put a map in of what I want to see, what the size of the map that I hope to see in the new game right about here. Well, you should have seen it. It carries from Spain in the west to India in the east. I'd like to see divided tribes in Britain and Spain, and France for that matter, and well, I suppose Italy. I'd like to see all the things that were united in Rome Total War 1. Like Britannia was a united faction, Gaul was a united faction. I'd like to see the different tribes, which then you can unite and create Gaul, or you can create Britannia, which I think would be cool. And I'd also like to see divided city-states, so Sparta, Athens, Thebans? I think that was one, I'm sorry if it's not. Yeah, but I'd like to see you being able to unite that into Greece. I'd also like to see realistic unit types for each faction, so that Rome doesn't get heavy cav, like Praetorian cav in Rome Total War 1, where some of the best cav in the game. And realistically, Rome just didn't have that sort of capability. I'd like to see area-specific units, so if I control Carthage as Britain per se, I can recruit elephants in Carthage, but I can't recruit them in, like, Britain. And the same if I control, like, I can say in like a lot in this video, I do apologize. If I control Gaul, I can then, yeah, if I control Gaul, I can then recruit, like, Gallic swordsmen or spearmen. And I'd also like to see Carthage having archers, please, because that's just unrealistic, them not having archers. I'd like to see diverse units, so the units that Rome have would be completely different to the type of units that Britain and Gaul have. Yeah. And the difficulty of the campaign affects things such as food and rebellions. Like if you're playing on easy, you don't have to use a food supply, and rebellions happen a lot less often than they do on very hard. Being able to change the time period in which the campaign starts. One of the things I liked about the original medieval Total War was that you could change it from early, late. No, it was like early, high, and late time periods you could change it to. I'd like to see something like that implemented in Rome 2 Total War, so that you can start at the death of Alexander the Great and then continue the campaign up to maybe I'd like to see it go up to 117 AD, which was the greatest extent of the Roman Empire. When you win a battle, the units in that army that you won the battle with, their morale would increase, and when you lose a battle, the morale in those units would decrease. Alright, that's all I have to say on this campaign. Let's now move on to multiplayer. Multiplayer. I'd like to see the Avatar Conquest things completely scrapped. I want them to return to custom battles, which I thought were much better. It's like, so you don't have to spend. I can understand their thinking. If you spend hours and hours and hours, you're going to get better units, but I prefer to play it so that it's like when you just start out, you still get some of the best units in the game. For multiplayer battles, you can. I'd like to see an interactive map for drawing diagrams during battles to teammates, like in Guild Wars. And I'd like to see 4-player co-op campaign. I think that would just be amazingly cool and epic. And I'd also like to see one or two large lobbies instead of the thing, like, so you get to select the battle you join in so that people can chat to each other, and also it would help unite the community. Alright, what would I like to see in custom battles? I'd like to see integrated sea and land battles, so if you're fighting near the coast and you happen to have a navy there, that you could fire, say, like, not trebuchets, ballistas from off the boats and hit the enemy troops from the boats. For siege battles, make it look like the city's been under attack for more than 3 days. One of my main problems I had with the custom battles in the original Rome Total War, or not the custom battles, one of the main problems I had with the sieges in Rome Total War was the fact that it looked like you'd only just arrived, when in fact you'd been sieging the place for 3-4 years. I'd like to see damage to the walls done after previous attacks. I'd like to see bodies lying in the street, bodies lying outside the castle. Uh, I'd like to see houses fortified, streets blocked. Make it like a real fortress rather than just a town. For when you're commanding units, I'd like it so that you could make it the game less like you're pushing chess pawns around, and make it more like real men having fears of adrenaline. Of adrenaline? Uh, Make the game less like pushing chess pawns around and more like real men having fears and adrenaline rushes. So that if you're sending a unit out to die, you're not going to do it easily. You're going to have problems with it. The, One of the main problems with that is it's just a throwaway and it's just a group of peasants. I like it so that these men get scared and that their morale drops if, say, a unit of peasants is forced to charge the center of a line, or a unit of cavalry, like cavalry, is forced to charge into the front of a phalanx. And one final thing is I would like to see the Romans have weaker cav, because I probably already said that. Okay. Well, anyway, that has been my wish list for Rome Total War 2. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you have, I will be updating you on any snippets of information I can get on well, anything really, anything to do with Rome Total War. So please like, comment, favourite, subscribe if you want to, and yeah, have a nice day.